Java is an object-oriented programming language. The core concept of the object-oriented approach is to break complex problems into smaller objects. An object is any entity that has a state and behavior. For example, a bicycle is an object. It has states like first gear, model year, and so on. Behaviors like braking, accelerating, and etc. Now, before we create any object, we need to define the class. A class is a blueprint for the object. We can think of a class as a sketch or prototype, for example, of a house. It contains all details about the floors, doors, windows, and etc. Based on these descriptions, we build the house. Since many houses can be made from the same description, from the same blueprint, from the same prototype, we can create many objects from a class. Now, let's learn how to create a class in Java and see it in action. Outside the scope of the class, my class, you can see that we were working with classes before, because my class is a class and the main method is one of the methods inside my class. Outside the scope here, I'll create a class starting with the class keyword. So we can create a class in Java using the class keyword, followed by the name of the class. This is the syntax of creating the class. We define the fields or the states or the attributes, and we define the methods or functionalities or behavior. Here, fields or states or attributes or variables and the methods represents the state and the behavior of the object respectively. Fields are used to store data, while the methods or the behaviors perform operations. So I'll follow the general syntax of creating a class to create a class called car and see it in action. Okay, I want from you to write this down on your notebook or your copybook. I'll start with the class keyword. The class name is car, followed by the curly braces, and here I'll define the fields or the states, and here I'll define the behaviors or the methods. I want for this blueprint to hold a state for the nth year and the year production of this car. Also, I need the speed of this car. These are two attributes, the year and the speed. Now, the methods. I'll create a method called accelerate. The returning type of this method is a void. I don't need to return anything. It only increase the speed by 10. So the old speed or the new speed will equal to the old speed plus 10. Every time I call this method, the speed will be increased by 10. Another method will be break. Every time I call this method, it will decrease the speed by 5. So in this car class, we have some information about the car year, the car speed, and also we have two actions, accelerate and brake. So this is the class. Now let's move to create an object from this class.